Alrighty, let's go on a bit of a ride so I can work out how big the tank is on my Sportster 72. So this obviously isn't a Sportster 72 stock tank. Previous owner swapped it out and he told me that it was a Sportster 48 tank. Got a good feeling that it isn't, but just to confirm that, I'm going to run her empty and fill her up and work out how big this tank is. Oh boy, is it cold. First day of winter tomorrow. So as you can see, my fuel light is on, so I shouldn't have to ride too far to get this thing near empty. Looks like it's got about a quarter of a tank left. But another thing I will say is that this gauge, or the electronic control module on the Sportster 72, would be registered to the stock tank, which is 2.1 gallons, and I'm tipping that the tank that I currently have on this bike is a 3.3 gallon tank or 12.5 litre tank, or it could be a little bigger, being the 4.5 gallon tank, which is 17 litres or so, but I'm not entirely sure. And it's definitely not a Sportster 48 tank, because why would you swap the stock Sportster 72 tank, which is the same as the Sportster 48 tank in capacity? I'm tipping that it's a Iron 883 tank, which is 3.3 gallons. The reason why I'm trying to work out what size this tank is because I gotta ditch this Lego block of a seat, the saddlemen step-up seat on my Sportster 72, because I want to get something that follows the lines of the bike a bit better. And in my previous video someone said, man, you got to swap that seat out, it just doesn't suit the bike. And I said something douchey like, I respectfully disagree. I think it suits the style of the bike, being the whole chopper feel, like it is a nod to the king and queen seat. But honestly, after looking at the seat, it certainly doesn't suit the style of the bike. I was trying to convince myself that I didn't mind the look of it, because it's like a $750 seat and it'd be nice just to keep it on the bike and not worry about it. But the more I sit there and stare at the bike, it throws the lines. It just doesn't suit this style of bike at all. So I'm thinking about going a Lepera bare bones solo seat, and to get that seat I need to work out what size tank I have, because it comes in several sizes. It comes to suit the Sportster 72, and if I did that, then I'd have a big gap between the frame just there. And if I went for the bare bones seat, which is suited for the 4.5 gallon tank, then obviously I'm going to have issues with fitment, because it's going to be too far forward. What are you doing? Don't worry about us. Just push your way in. What are you doing, bro? Trying to run me over, you idiot. Yeah, so what I want to do is just run my tank down to fairly empty, so I can obviously go to the fuel station, fill her up, and work out the capacity of my tank, so I can buy that bare bones seat, obviously to suit my tank. Because I absolutely hate when you've got a gap between your tank and your seat and you can see the frame. I don't know, I've never liked it, even with the Softail Street Bob. It just looks unfinished for mine. So I'll probably be keeping the saddlemen step-up seat just for those long rides, because obviously the bare bones solo seat is just going to be for looks and for putting around town and whatnot. There's that fucking clutch squeal that I absolutely hate. Fuck, there's some douchebags on the road today, including me. Holy shit, Deutsch, is it cold. I do love the sound of this bike. God, it sounds so tough. For a little 1200. Anyway, let's get some petrol and get the hell home, because it's getting pretty dark and miserable. Time to get some expensive petroleum.
Expecto Patronum!
We'll get the 98. $2.15. Near $2.16 a litre. It's robbery. It's 8.62 litres. Maybe there was 4 litres in it. Surely this has got to be a 12.5 litre tank. Has to be, because the fuel light on the gauge usually comes on when there's about 3 litres left in the tank. It can't be the Sportster 48 tank because that has a fuel capacity of 8 litres, and this tank certainly isn't a 4.5 gallon tank because it definitely wouldn't fit 17 litres in it. Alright, let's go pay for this. So I've come to the conclusion that it has to be the 3.3 gallon tank or 12.5 litre tank from an Iron 883. It certainly looks like the shape of an Iron 883 tank as well. Anyway, I'm back home, so that's going to do it for this one. Thanks very much for watching, and as always, I'll catch you in the next one.